Hello guys, today I'll be taking a look at the number one highest mastery points Ekko player on the planet, and this guy is playing on the Brazilian server. That's why the client is also in Spanish. I actually looked, you apparently can't even change the language, but as you can see, this guy is an absolute savant. His item build, he always goes Rod of Ages, he always goes Rabadon second, and his rune setup, he plays, it's actually like basically the rune setup that I showcase, but with Ultimate Hunter. So interestingly enough, it seems like the number one Ekko plays it. And the funniest thing about this guy, you'll see, he's Iron 3. Like, I'm so curious. I have not watched a single. There's no gameplay on YouTube or anything about this guy. I'm going completely blind into this. I just want to see how someone that is level 1000 is and has like 10 million mastery points in Ekko is stuck in Iron. It must be by choice. You cannot convince me otherwise. I don't even know. This guy seems to be winning a lot. I don't even know how he's not climbing his MMR. I'll actually have to look up his MMR. It must be incredibly bad. But yeah, I'm so curious. Let's just get right into it. Let's see what smite he chooses. I'm not sure if he always chooses the same smite or anything. Okay, Red Smite is his choice here. Understandable, I guess. I mean, he has some CC in his team. Okay. So, I mean, he's just placing a ward here for whatever reason, like when his team is covering here. Alright. His team wants to fight or something. He really doesn't want it at all. I actually played one game with this setup just for fun. I played it in lower, like in platinum or something though, so yeah, it was not a good representation, but it did work for me, of course, there. Okay, he does red into... Yeah, he just does not care, or what? I'm so curious about his, like, mechanics, honestly. After 10 million points, for sure, he has to have, like, some amount of mechanics, but at the same time, he's, of course, an Iron, so... Yeah, this, of course, never do this, guys, right? Like, never... See, what he basically did here... I don't want to go too hard on this guy, I'm not sure, like, but this guy... Of course, you can't say that he's doing these mistakes because he's a new player, because he's not. He's like, he has played more League of Legends in his life than me, or like most other players probably. He just does not care, it seems like. But of course, never do this. The way what he did here was he started here, he went up, he went down, just to go all this way back up again to the rest of his camp. So yeah, always just do it the other way around. I'm not sure how educational I want this video to be anyways. I think it's just more of a for fun video. Because he is a little fucking Iron player. But yeah, I'm just so curious to see how he plays. And I mean, in this game he had good stats, so he must have done something right. Misses the Q on... Huh? How did that not stun? What? Are the Brazilian Ekko Ws different, or... Well, that was so weird. Wait. Did he get robbed there? It's definitely alright, I guess, that he runs away from him here. I think he could have just... he smited the Grump, I guess. Well, okay, I didn't look at the thing I wanted to look at. Whoops. Yeah, if he had smite, he could have definitely taken the crab. I mean, it's probably because of the... Because now, here at the river, it goes like... there's a different depth, I guess, to the map. So that's why it probably looks like he hit him, but it didn't actually hit him. Okay, how much gold does he have? I guess he can buy... I don't know. Oh. How? Like, how do you play your champ for such a long time and then make these decisions? He just goes for like the worst possible buy. This guy has to be a paid actor or something. He buys the Ruby Crystal and boots, like literally no AP bot here. Oh, he could have bought a Blasting One. I'm pretty sure you build Rod of Ages from Blasting One, which doesn't even feel bad. Like, when I played that game, it didn't even feel that bad building Rod of Ages. Because the way you build into it, it has some AP components that you would usually build anyways. But he just chooses to build Boots and Ruby Crystal, and now he's just doing the Drake on his own. And it's like... Oh my god, this hurts to watch. The whole time he could just clear his top set, of course. Now they're gonna maybe randomly fight here, level 3v3. We'll see. Where does he get his kills? I guess he gets some in a second. Okay, enemies just forgot that he was in there. Nice. So he doesn't. Oh my god. Oh yeah, yeah. He could have just walked into the W and stunned the Sivir, and they could have killed her. Honest question, like, do you think this guy has some kind of mental disability? I feel like being an Iron in and of itself is actually difficult, you know? Like, it's genuinely difficult being an Iron, but being an Iron when you play the game this much, there has to be something wrong with you. And especially if you play your own champion for like literally more than any other person on the planet. He played Ekko more than any other person on the planet. This guy must have so much fun while gaming. I envy him, honestly. The fact that he's just sticking to it, even though, like, I could never be this bad at something and still keep going, I don't think. How much gold does he have here? He even has some gold to spend. He doesn't think about any of this stuff, I'm sure. Like, recalling and, like, what to do. Any, like, it feels like not a single choice is made with, like, any kind of thought behind it. Let's see what he builds here. Okay. So he still doesn't like he rather wants HP and mana over AP on Ekko. Very interesting choice. Enemies are doing Herald, I guess. They did Herald. Just clearing a little bit of jungle. Let's see what happens on top here. Okay, randomly ease forward. W placement is like surprisingly. I mean, after 10 million points, at some point you gotta be able to place your Ws right. They are decent, I would say, compared to the rest of his gameplay. He's also someone that he loves putting in emotes. Holy shit, look at this guy. He's just perma spamming emotes. Who is the person behind the monitor with this guy? I'm so curious. What kind of person is this guy in real life? You know? Like... Okay. Misses his Q there, point blank. Okay, actually goes in for an aggressive ult though. With this build, of course, he has like no damage, especially with the item building choices he made. What is he? Yeah, now he has to really think. He's not played that much Ekko, that's why he needs to stay in base here for a long amount of time and just think. Ah, no, I guess he had. What's he doing? Buy the rod, man. Why are you giving it back, bro? What is up with him? He's just buying it and giving it back. Is it some cheating or something? Does it have any effect? I mean, I can't speak Spanish anyways, but does it have any effect on the upgrade? Not a positive one, right? I'm sure buying it as early as possible is the best thing you can do. I'm not even gonna comment on the pathing or anything anymore. It's like he just goes wherever he pleases and clears camps if he feels like it. Okay. Let's see how he fights the Udyr here. Should place a W somewhere in his path at this point. Doesn't opt to do that, I guess. Okay, now he places it on top of him. I mean, that's not the worst thing you can do. I would have personally placed it somewhere in the path, of course, of the Udyr. And these fights, like, if you look at these fights, they're just so slow, right? Like, everything that's happening. Nafiri is 0-5-0 here, by the way, I didn't even see. And for some reason, the Yumi decides that she wants to play with the 0-5-0 Nafiri instead of someone that is, like, actually strong like the Drax here. Interesting. Okay. Fox CC. Vex Mr. Old, sadly. Good layering from the CC, though. Okay, he decides to just chase in there, though. A little bit of a... You might ult back here? No? Ult, man, ult! You can ult, he could have ulted for the last 10 seconds. Oh my god, this guy. Okay. Why does he not get the Drake though? It's completely free. It's not completely free, his team died actually. Jinx is top. Man, this is some gameplay, huh? Like, don't, if you look at this video and you're low elo yourself, don't copy a single thing that's happening here, by the way. Like, actually make sure not to copy a single thing. It's like 99% of the things he does are like wrong. That was a good W though, like the where he plays. That's exactly whenever you fight like Herald, Nash, or Drakes, always place a W at the entrance here. That's usually where people will be standing, or that's where they will have to walk if you fight them. We're scaling up with the Rod of Ages, of course. Building Rabadon second, of course, also really bad. Like, first of all, it has zero synergy with the Rod of Ages. Like, for example, the Nashos or Lichbane, at least it would give you some like scalings or whatever. And with Ekko, it's just super hard to curve into. Let's see how much gold he has. I mean, he can buy one needlessly large rod, which is fine. Is he walking back to base? This guy's such a, like, such a savage, honestly. No other words for him. I think from the 17 minutes this game has been going on, he probably has wasted like 7 minutes at least. To some extent. Like, he, of course, did something, but, like, he never did the optimal thing. Not even on accident. It feels like. Very rarely, at least. Okay, now he's just pushing, very objective oriented. This guy, he has 10 assists, man. That kind of hurts. Okay, is anything happening here? Yeah, like, this is the classic, for example. The versus Jax. Of course, I've said this countless times already. Because it's such a common interaction. I guess this guy has not played League of Legends enough to know that this will happen, but yeah, I'm just joking. Of course, he should definitely have played enough to know that this happens, but for some reason he doesn't care. Like, the Jax will, of course, like, first of all, he's running into the Jax here, but generally the Jax would be looking to Q onto you and just stun you, so all you need to do in this situation is hold your E to react with your E to his stun, basically, get out of range. He doesn't care, though. It works. Oh, nice, man. I bet that gave him a lot of dopamine to keep playing, getting these kind of double kills. Man. Like, does he deserve to be Iron? Oh yeah, man. This guy, like, if there is people that deserve to be Iron, it's him. If you play this much and you actually are in that elo, you genuinely deserve to be in it. Okay. He predicted that the dog would go on him there. Not sure why he's so scared of the Yumi, but man, I mean, he has really great stats here, honestly. Can even buy the Rabadon stam. No, it's not great, honestly. To like, he has less than 5 CS per minute here as well. Have we seen him through jungle? Very sporadically, if anything, honestly. But the thing is, the same applies to literally every person in the game here. I guess Jinx is the only one that doesn't have a completely horrible farm. She has like 7.5 CS. So it's like, it doesn't even matter. But of course, as soon as if you're in this elo, or like, let's say, I hope most of my viewers are not Iron. I would hope at least you're like silver or gold. So like you're trying a little bit. If you're in that elo, just make sure to have more farm than the enemies, and you'll notice the game is just gonna become so incredibly easy. Honestly. Because it's so easy to have more farm than the enemies, and if you do that, you'll just be stronger automatically. So it doesn't even matter how good you are mechanically or whatever, you literally just stat check enemies. Let's see if he wins this. Okay, man, I mean, at this one he actually isn't weak, of course, with the Rabadons. With this item, it does give AP and stuff, of course. It makes you kind of tanky. And he actually, like, if this Udyr was a human being, he would have, of course, just not stood in the ult, but I guess he doesn't know what Ekko ult does yet, maybe. Let's see. He's really fat here. I actually don't even know. I think his third item usually is Shadow Flame, I'm pretty sure. He doesn't get there that often, though. If we look at his match history. Huh? I think he flashed here. He's like in his face, but he still flashes. I mean, honestly, I've seen this a bunch of times from people even in higher elo. I mean, not high elo, but like higher elo than Iron. So I guess this is not super unexpected from him here. Okay, I don't know what that W was. I guess he expected the Jax to run into him, maybe. Who knows? This guy is definitely a Mysterium. Nobody knows what's going on in his head. He's 2 levels up on the Udyr, I mean, it's not bad. Nice, gets a kill on the cat. This game is almost over though. I mean, very interesting gameplay, honestly. We can't, of course, really see how this... Okay, the Fury just went AFK or something. We can't really see the true power level of a build like this, of course, but yeah, it's still funny to see, I guess. As I said, of course, I'm not analyzing this gameplay because there's like I could probably spend like 8 hours analyzing this game alone, just the mistakes he did. I mean, that's probably over exaggerated, but for sure he like constantly did mistakes, basically, mechanically, pathing wise, everything. Item building, of course. Like this, of course, he has good stats. You can win with it in Iron, you can win with it in Platinum if you're better than your enemies, but it's of course not a good build for Ekko. It doesn't take advantage of his high AP scalings. I mean, not really. Of course, he's building Rabadons, so he has some AP, but getting there is like not realistic in normal games against human beings. I hope you enjoyed this video. There was, of course, a little bit of a different one, not really educational at all. No really high quality gameplay, but yeah, I hope you enjoyed it. It was fun to watch for me for sure. And if you have any other Ekko mains, they don't have to be high elo, they just have to be interesting, I guess. If you have any other Ekko mains you want me to take a look at, then be sure to leave a comment and tell me about them. And yeah, if you enjoyed this video, be sure to leave a like and watch the next one. Bye.